Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I discuss all things fashion, style, and beauty. So if that's something that you're into, please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. Today I'm going to be discussing how to put together a basic white tee and jean look for classics. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, stick around. And if you are in need of any additional inspiration, I will put all the links to my Kibbe Image ID Pinterest boards down below. Okay, let's get straight into the video. Okay, today I'm going to be talking about classics and how to put together this simple white tee and jean look. I'm going to be touching on regular classics, dramatic classics, as well as soft classics. So let's start with the regular classic. So the regular classic, the main focus here is to be elegantly understated. So in that, since there's this sense of understated, a lot of the garments are suggested to be a higher quality. So a quality over quantity kind of approach. Since things are kept a little more simplistic. We also really want to focus on symmetry. We want to focus on smooth lines. We want to carry through a head-to-toe look. So we don't want any broken silhouettes. We want cohesiveness through it. So let's see what I picked out here for classics. I loved this look for a classic because it is very understated, but in a very classy kind of way. So the jeans, you'll notice they're not tattered or ripped or anything like that. They're very clean. I love the wash. I love the wash with the color of this white shirt. So the white is a very just kind of plain white. It's very bright. And I think that the jeans pair well with this because, again, we don't want to really be mix and matching too much. We want an overall cohesive look. And then I love the fit on this. So the fit, we don't want anything overly draped. We don't want anything that's boxy. We want nice soft edges. So I felt like this was a very, very good look. It kind of pulls through that whole understated, suggestion for classics. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, here I wanted to really show the symmetry of this outfit. And I know it's a black top with black jeans, and there is a little rip at the bottom. I would probably do without that, or if you are a classic and you really do like the look of ripped jeans, I think that this would be like the maximum here. So there's just a little tiny rip there. We don't really necessarily want to go with super distressed or super ripped up or anything like that, just because you want to be able to let your classic shapes and lines really shine through, and especially that classic essence that really pulls through when there isn't so many distractions. So here though we have, I think, a really good representation of symmetry going on, especially with the belt. So the belt, very simple belt, classic style belt. And it just it creates like this line where you just look down the whole outfit and it's one, it's together, it's symmetrical. We don't have any like half tucked in shirt on the left and then untucked on the right or anything like that. The smooth lines, everything about this is just, I think, really fits within what it means to have an understated, nice classic look. And if you're looking at this and you're a classic and you're like, okay, but this is extremely boring, I would say that you can add in a little bit of accessories to embellish this understated type look. So definitely with a classic, you are the type of girl that the pearl earring looks great on you. A little tiny tennis bracelet, great. Kind of little delicate round shapes like that are gonna look really, really good on you as far as accessories with an ensemble like this. And then of course, like, I know this is black all the way down, but you can do a white shirt with, I would say, probably like a lighter wash jean. And the reason that you want to pay attention to the wash of the jean is because you want to have the tones matching. That's the whole big deal here, is to have the tone of the top matching the tone of the bottom. Okay, so let's go on to the next look. Okay, this is one of my favorites here. This, to me, when I saw this, perfect example of nice, clean, soft, rounded edges, understated. I feel like this shirt can be bought in good quality. The jeans look good quality. I really love that the shirt is tucked in because it does give slight waist emphasis. That is something that classics, it is preferred to have slight waist emphasis, but we don't want anything terribly tight or cinched. So I feel like the little bit of looseness that this shirt offers is perfectly fine here. I do love the delicate, nice V-neck, and that V where it comes to the point that adds the symmetry. And your eye is just, again, drawn from the top down. It's just this very nice, long, beautiful line that's represented here in this basic white tee and jean. And again, if you look at the wash of the jean with the kind of tone of the shirt, the tones match. So again, because those tones are on point with each other, it really brings through that head to toe look that works so well for classics. So the classic, this basic white tee and jean is kind of your jam, and I just love it. Okay, so let's move forward to soft classics. So just like with the regular classic, the soft classic, we do want to keep things symmetrical. We want to keep things smooth. We want to keep things cohesive. But what we're looking to do is add a little bit of softness here to bring in that yin undercurrent. So that additional softness. And how we do that is add in a little bit of flair, a little bit of swirl, a little bit of delicacy, a little bit of soft horizontal draping. So this first image that I picked out, I thought was a very good example of a soft classic in a nice, this is more of like a baby powder pink, but I think that you can definitely try to find something like this in more of like a white color. So something like this would look great on a soft classic. It has that symmetry, it has the soft kind of flares, especially coming out in like this almost little peplum moment. And we do have a little bit of waist definition from that, which is always great. And then especially around the cuffs. So there we have a little bit more softness that comes from the ruching there at the bottom. I just thought that this was a really good example of something that a soft classic could wear maybe in a little bit more of the evening time, but it's still pretty casual. And then you see here again, these washed jeans, they match perfectly with the tone of the top. Keep it simple and understated. Let's go on to the next one. Again, here we are keeping things symmetrical. We're keeping things lightly draped. We're adding a little bit of frill on the, or I should say just like softness and roundness on the sleeves here. I love the height of the neckline. I think that that looks really great. And I do like how this is tucked in on the front. I would suggest tucking that in or tucking the entire shirt in. I wouldn't just let this free flow. I think that it would be just slightly undone for a classic. And then the jeans here, I think the jeans, the wash is okay. I'm not a huge fan of the rips for classics, but like I said, if you're a classic and that's something that you want to, that's just like a feature of jeans that you really like, go for it. And I think here that you can get away with it because they're not overly distressed. So we're still keeping things a little understated and clean and seamless. So another really, really great look. Okay, next. Okay, I love, love, love this shirt for soft classics. I feel like any sort of subtle detail that's going down the front here, so any sort of buttons that go down the front like this, so pretty because again, it brings in that symmetry. We're keeping within the lines here of what it is to be in the classic family. And then again, we kind of have this softness, this little ruffle, just ever so slightly, you know, we don't want anything too over the top here. It's so subtle, it's so soft, it just gives this nice rounded look there on the sleeve. And I do love the neckline here. I think it's nice and soft. It's not too harsh, but it's still clean and crisp. And then here she's not wearing a pair of jeans, but I think that you could pair this with a nice pair of jeans that will again go with the nice tone of the shirt. If you guys notice here, there's a theme that classics, really simplicity is the key. You're noticing that there's not too much difference in these tops here. And the whole idea is to pick a pair of jeans that matches the tone of the top. So really putting together these simple looks is that's your jam. That's where it's at, being a classic. Very, very understated, but keeping in mind the quality. So let's move on to the last soft classic example that I have. And you'll notice I tend to put these little ruffles and these soft little edges in because I just think that it's the most simple way to get away with softening a top in a basic white tee and jean look without getting too extravagant, you know, without overthinking it. So here, I would say that this is probably something for the younger generation. This is a very fresh look. Like, I saw this and I'm like, yep, that's a very kind of fresh take on a white tee. So we have the little ruffling around the collar, around the sleeves, and even at the bottom. So very understated, but at the same time you still understand that this has an element of that yin undercurrent, that feminine, that softness. So I really loved this top. Okay, so for dramatic classics, we are bringing in more drama. We're bringing in more of that yang undercurrent. So we want crisp lines. We want nicely tailored. We want bold. We want a little chunky, just a little. And then we also want to create a nice triangle, inverted triangle silhouette with the widest part being here up at the shoulders and tapering down. So let me show you what I came up with for dramatic classics. This first look here, when I saw this, I instantly thought, okay, this definitely has a lot of elements of dramatic classic. First off, I want to say the contrast between the pink scarf that's tied around her neck and the leather jacket, I think that it's the perfect amount of contrast. So what is suggested is that you have this all over look, but that you bring in some of the contrasting details and accessories like this scarf or like her shoes here with the leopard print. So I just thought, because this scarf here is very signature of classics. You will see that a classic wearing a little tied scarf like this looks so good on them. So good. So I love that. And then I think that we could be able to tie in that inverted triangle silhouette if the pants were more tapered. So they're flaring out at the bottom. I wouldn't really suggest that for this look, or that's not how I would totally tie this look together. I think the wash is just fine. And I think that it paired with the striped shirt is great. Stripes, zigzags, patterns like that work really well on dramatic classics. They're still symmetrical and they're not too busy, but they add a little bit of drama. They add a little bit of interest. Overall, I love this though for dramatic classic. This would be total going to the grocery store or going to have coffee with friends type of look. And even look here, if you see her accessory, she has I can't tell if it's her cell phone or a little clutch, but little clutches are great for anyone in the classic family. And I love that. I love this whole in total. I just love it. Next I have here, again, a shirt with stripes, because stripes really do work so well with dramatic classics. And instead of just wearing like a plain white tee as a dramatic classic, kind of switch it up, throw in a stripe. Totally fun. It really plays up your lines, and it also gives a little bit of that vertical line, especially up towards the shoulder where you are trying to create that inverted triangle. And I love, like, this is the silhouette of that inverted triangle. Look, as your eye goes down the ensemble, you get down to the toe, and look how it comes to a point. I just love that. These shoes, perfect. The tailoring of the pants, perfect. They're crisp. And then we have the shirt here, and it is nicely tailored and it looks quality. Like, overall, this outfit is simple and understated, yet it looks quality, which is totally what you're trying to bring through in the essence of being a dramatic classic. I do feel that if you wanted to swap out these pair of pants for a pair of jeans and then switch the color of the shoe to maybe something that's like a nice red or something like that, this could work equally as well. I chose this particular ensemble for dramatic classics because of this plunging neckline. Look at the drama, look at the line, look at that vertical line that it adds. It's so gorgeous. I love the crispness of this. I love the tailoring. It's a bit chunky, you know, like in the sleeves, but that's okay because dramatic classics can get away with that. Plus, it adds that kind of wider on top, slimmer towards the bottom type silhouette that we're going for here. And I do love the wash of the jeans with the top here. Okay, and one more option for you here, all you dramatic classics out there. I did include a lot of this kind of like these bold colors. That's because dramatic classics are really grounded in bold colors. But there was something in this outfit that I wanted to point out that wasn't in any of the other outfits. So besides the bold look that's going on here, which is really great for dramatic classics, with the vertical line that's going down, and then it comes to the nice taper in the pants. If you look here, the metallic shoe. So dramatic classics, they can do metallic, and they can do it beautifully. I'm not talking about crazy metallic club dress or anything like that, but this is how you do metallic with dramatic classic. I love this look, and I felt like I couldn't not put this in here even though we're doing a basic tee and jean look, because this is to me a riff on that. We're going for basic top, basic bottom. So this all together, even her clutch here, everything about this, the cat eye glasses, they add a little bit of drama. This overall was just a really good representation of, in my opinion, a dramatic classic look. Okay, that is it. That is all that I have today for classics. Keep in mind, I know that we looked at a lot of outfits that seem to be very basic, but I want to really stress that being understated as a classic, you are just going to look so good. You have a natural symmetry, your proportions are beautiful. So I hope that you all found some of this helpful. I hope that you found some inspiration in all of this. Again, if you are not already, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and if you do like content like this, please give this a big thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions you have down below, and I will see you at the next video. Bye!